I'm Alessandra Barrett, Special Projects Editor for JOC. I'm at our 15th annual TPM conference, and I'm joined by Tom Capozzi, Chief Sales Officer for the Port of Virginia. Thanks for speaking with me today, Tom.
Glad to be here.
With the recent labor troubles on the West Coast, with the larger ships coming through Suez, well, how is the Port of Virginia prepared to handle the increased volume?
Well, I think we're in a very good position as far as the physical assets to handle these larger vessels. We have 50 feet of water already, which most of the other East Coast ports are trying to get to 50 feet. We're authorized to go to 55 feet, and that's an effort that we're engaging in right now. We have 9 berths, 22 superposed Panamax cranes to handle these ships, and we're ready to physically handle them. The areas that we're investing in now are really the ability to move the freight once it gets into the facility. How do we get it out of there by rail and by truck? And that's really where we're focusing a lot of our investments to go forward. On our gate infrastructure, new technology, we put in a new N4 operating system, and really just making the process much more efficient, as well as trying to create additional land area.
When the Panama Canal expansion does open, what impact do you think that will have on the port?
I think what we're seeing today is we're already seeing what people thought was going to happen when the canal expanded. The issue today is that these ships are coming through the Suez Canal and reaching the East Coast already. So we've seen an increase in volume, a shift, I think, a little bit away from the West Coast, and that's benefiting all the East Coast ports. We're certainly, again, in a good position to handle those larger ships, and as they get larger, it's going to benefit us even more because less and less of the ports are able to handle them. So we think it's here already, and when the canal does open up, I think it'll shift a little more to the East Coast, because then the ocean carriers have 2 options to go through the Panama Canal or through the Suez Canal.
Is the port planning on retracting new cargo?
Yeah, we have a number of initiatives to try to attract new cargo. We're obviously, our economic development folks are always engaged in trying to bring new manufacturing, distribution, port-related type businesses to the Commonwealth of Virginia and our local market. I think we recently started a rail service a couple of years ago to Greensboro, North Carolina, to sort of reach out south for our market. And we'd like to expand further south. We think we could be competitive in the markets like Memphis and Nashville and Tennessee. And with these Suez services, we're also seeing more cargo that's actually coming through our port and going all the way out to the West Coast by rail. So yeah, there are markets, and obviously our bread and butter has always been the Mid-Atlantic and the Midwest via our rail connections with Norfolk Southern and CSX.
What about truck congestion? How's the port dealing with that?
Truck congestion is definitely an issue at many of the ports around North America. One of the things that we've done just recently was we had a terminal, Portsmouth Marine Terminal, that was shut down for 4 years. We reopened that. We've added all that new capacity there, and we're moving ship lines over there to some of the smaller ships because that terminal has only 43 feet of water. But we still have plenty of services that are deploying Panamax or less style ships, and we're moving those services over there, and that gives us some additional capacity. We just got a $15 million Tiger grant from the federal government to help us pay for a new gate complex at NIT. So that project is started, should be completed in about 18 months. That'll add 22 lanes of gate capacity to our largest facility. And we're working with the new owners of our Virginia National Gateway Terminal to do both short-term and long-term expansion of that facility. We're very bullish on that. That has the potential to add up to 1 million TEUs of new capacity for the port.
It's great talking to you.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
I've been speaking with Tom Capozzi, Chief Sales Officer for the Port of Virginia.